Hey everyone, this presentation will be discussing the question of whether or not Minecraft Story Mode is considered a video game, and more broadly speaking, if we can consider interactive films as video games. We hope you enjoyed this presentation. So this is our layout for what we're going to be discussing today. It's mainly based around answering questions such as what defines a video game and what defines an interactive film, and then looking at the differences between Minecraft as a popular standalone video game compared to the spin-off interactive series Minecraft Story Mode. Finally, we'll look at whether or not Minecraft Story Mode could be considered a video game or not, and then by extension, if interactive films in general could be considered as video games as well. Before we start, I'm just going to go over our stance on whether or not Minecraft Story Mode should be considered a video game. We believe that Minecraft Story Mode should be considered a game, and we'll explain this more in depth throughout the presentation. First, let's talk about the first question, which is what are video games and what are interactive films? The definition of a video game is an electronic game that involves interaction with a user interface or input device. The author Jewel also explains that a video game is a rule-based formal system with variable and quantifiable outcomes, where different outcomes are assigned different values. The player exerts effort in order to influence the outcome. The player feels attached to the outcome, and the consequences of the activity are optional and negotiable. However, interactive films are a bit different from video games. Interactive films are a video game or an example of other interactive media that has characteristics of cinematic film. The term interactive film can refer to movie games in the video game field, but can also be referred to as interactive cinema in the film industry. In our class, our professor mentions an interactive film is a video game that presents its gameplay in a cinematic and non-linear scripted manner, often using full motion video of either animated or live action footage. Throughout the film, viewers can make decisions when presented with a choice point. Thus, interactive film may allow players or audiences to become more immersed in the present situation. Here are some popular examples of both video games and interactive film. So on the video game side, we have Grand Theft Auto 5 and World of Warcraft. And on the interactive film side, we got Boss Baby and Escape the Undertaker. There's many more, but here are just some basic examples. Now that we have a better understanding of what a video game is, let's take a look at some of the criteria that could be used to judge whether or not something is considered a video game. So let's take a look at the 6 inner slices right here in this model, which represent the classic criteria to define games, and by extension video games. Clockwise, we have fixed rules, variable outcomes, valorization of outcomes, player effort, player attachment to the outcome, and negotiable consequences. When we look at what interactive films do and do not have from the list of classic criteria of video games, we can see that they pretty much cover all of the bases. They usually have fixed rules because of the fixed choices, and the outcomes varies based off of the choices you make, and some outcomes can be better than others, though this can depend on your personal views. So you might think this outcome is better, but someone else might think otherwise. Players must put in the effort of choice to get their desired outcome, and they very often get attached. And consequences are negotiable in many cases because you can just go back and change what happens based on what you pick. Here is a graphic to visualize this idea of the criteria and how interactive film can cross all of these criteria. So now let's go to talk about Minecraft and Minecraft Story Mode. First, let's cover Minecraft as the game itself. So, what is Minecraft? Well, Minecraft is a sandbox open world video game released in 2011 by Mojang. It's very widely popular and it doesn't just stick to one demographic. There's been a lot of people from various backgrounds that have played this game, and it can be played in survival or creative with millions of things to do, so many things. And because of its popularity, there's so many spin-offs that have been made because it's very popular. One of these spin-offs is Minecraft Story Mode, an episodic interactive film set in the world of Minecraft. It is a point-and-click, choose-your-own-adventure type of story about a character named Jesse, who you help solve puzzles, fight mobs, and travel through the world of Minecraft. In essence, it is an interactive film based off of a video game. The differences between Minecraft and story mode are that while Minecraft is a non-linear story and is an open-world sandbox game, story mode follows the character Jesse as they traverse a world inside of Minecraft. The normal Minecraft, there is a way to complete the game, but most players never end up actually finishing it. Completing the end is not necessarily a component of the game, and you can play in the open world for as long as you would like. They both contain main aspects of a video game, which is that of being in a block world, and is followed a loose plotline where you have a say in the outcome. Okay, so now let's answer the question of why do we choose Minecraft Story Mode? We picked Minecraft Story Mode because of its origins. Being based off of one of the most popular video games of all times brings into question of whether or not it really is a video game. Not only is it an interesting interactive film, but it also includes more choice than normal interactive films. You can even choose the gender of the main character and direct many parts of the video game-esque film. Now, let's move on to talk about whether or not Minecraft Story Mode could be considered a video game. After considering the various definitions of both video games and interactive films, we believe Minecraft Story Mode should be considered a video game. The definition of a video game includes directly interacting with and affecting the storyline, something that occurs here. Another thing that was brought into question during analysis is what changes because it's actually based on an actual video game. The fact that Minecraft Story Mode was based off of a video game raises the question of what does this change? Does it make it more like a video game or less? Because of how many similarities exist between Minecraft and Minecraft Story Mode, it is apparent that it does in fact have an impact and it does make it more like a video game. When we compared the differences and similarities in one of the earlier slides, there were many points that pointed towards them having a lot of differences. But these things were mainly focused on the how and the storyline rather than the mechanics at play. At their base, they are very similar. This solidifies our ideal that they are not only interactive films, but video games. Minecraft Story Mode should be considered an extension of Minecraft in the video game category. To summarize, our definition of a video game is vague, but accurate based on the scholar's research on games and analysis of video games. The scholar's discussion proves that Minecraft Story Mode is a video game. Although some people might still think that Minecraft Story Mode is not a game compared to Minecraft, it is undeniable at the very least that Minecraft Story Mode, as an interactive film, has some game qualities. Not only are there variable achievements, but there's also varying consequences based on the consumer's decisions. Although Minecraft Story Mode has a fixed storyline, unlike the original game, because of the points mentioned previously, it does fall under the category of video games, even though it is less like the original and more along the lines of a campaign version. To provide even more proof that it is in fact a video game, if you Google Minecraft Story Mode, it is even listed as one. Thank you for watching our presentation.